All right, so this is my first little behind the scenes thing that I'm going to post and see how it goes. See if anybody likes it. I need to turn off some notifications here. Oops, wrong one. So this is sort of like a behind the scenes into things that I'm doing to do anything with Barometrics. So some of this will be marketing stuff, might be content stuff. I don't really know, but there seems to be some interest there, so we'll see what happens. This may be way too long and way boring. I mean, part of me wants to like 2x the time, the speed at least, on this video after the fact, because I'm sure I will say far too much over too much time. Either way, so today, or at the moment, what I'm working on is marketing stuff. So figuring out what are some possible marketing efforts to go after. And I've tried a lot of things over the past few years. Everything ends up boiling down to content marketing, really. But it feels short-sighted to just pick that or keep doing that, without looking, or at least checking into some other channels. And a while back, this traction book that you see on the screen came out, and I bought the ebook, read it, and you can see, I've got a bunch of highlights here from back then as well. And it's one of the things where I read it. I even wrote a post about it a while back too, about a spreadsheet, basically turning traction into the spreadsheet where you can categorize and prioritize marketing stuff. But it's been a while since I've looked at that stuff. A lot of stuff at Barometrics has changed. A lot of the things that we wanted to try back then have changed. Barometrics as a product has changed a bunch. So I thought I would revisit the book Traction, which has this framework called Bullseye. And so I thought I would revisit the book, the highlights that I made, and kind of see like, okay, let me like refresh my memory on all this. And we'll take a look through this. It may be completely uninteresting. I will try to talk out loud as much as possible. And yeah, we'll see where it goes. So, there'll be lots of scrolling here, and you should buy the book, FYI. So the book is fantastic. It's pretty easy to read. It's not that long, and it's very practical. So, I forget what the website is here. Is it Traction Book? I'm typing random things now. I don't remember what the book is here, or what the. There, I bet this is links to tractionbook.com. Yeah, I was right. Google did not help me though. Tractionbook.com is your friend here to find the book, I would say. So either way, let me close some of this stuff. We don't need this open. Too many things open, people. Here. Okay, this works. Okay, sorry, back to what we were doing. The book. All right, so I have not looked at all these highlights, and I don't know. I don't think they put dates on these, but it's been a long time since I looked at this stuff. So yeah, it probably was like 2014. So what I'm most curious about, so there's the channels themselves, which I think, it talks about there's 19 traction channels. I kind of wanted to refresh my memory on what those channels were to kind of get the creative juices flowing. But this whole random. Okay. So this does list them. So viral marketing. Okay. Public relations. The PR thing I always kind of write off. Like, I sort of feel like, well, there's nothing that TechCrunch would write about for us, which I don't know if that's true or not, but it's worth exploring, right? And same with viral marketing. Like, when I think of viral marketing, I think B2C, right? Because, like talking about here, going from 100,000 to 4 million users, like Barometrics will never have 4 million businesses using us, right? It's just, we're different, whole different ballgame. But maybe there is some viral component that we can use to get more companies. Viral probably is the wrong word at that point, but some way to get sort of exponential businesses referring businesses who refer businesses, etc. Unconventional PR, sort of like weird stuff that you try, like stunts, right? Publicity stunts. That could be fun, but again, sort of same thing. Big PR draws are great for getting access to lots and lots of people. I don't want lots of people. I want very specific people. So search engine marketing, yes, that's something we need to focus on. Social and display ads, yes, we need to test that stuff. Offline ads, in the right spot, I think so. Sure. Search engine optimization, yes, absolutely. Content marketing, yep. Email marketing, yep. Engineering is marketing, yep. We've done some of that stuff with, we have a build versus buy calculator, for instance, that's referenced quite a lot. Targeting blogs, maybe, I don't know. Blogging is one of these, I don't know. Blogging's in a weird state right now. But could be interesting if I get some other business blogs to post about it. Business development, so sort of, yes, but strategic relationships, right? So I think that stuff can be useful. Sales, yeah, we need to do some stuff around that. Affiliate programs, oh, I'm so torn. People ask about affiliate programs, but it always, like, our industry, specifically SaaS kind of stuff, does not lend itself well, in my head at least, to affiliate programs. Now, this is also, I think, an issue that I think I'm potentially guilty of writing this off when it shouldn't be written off. I know I have lots of friends who have grown their companies with affiliate programs, but not in the strictly B2B space, more in the B2C or like business to prosumer space. But it's worth a test. Existing platforms. So we really kind of did this from the start, right? We're built on top of Stripe and then expanded to Braintree and Recurly and then have our own API. But I mean, the basis for where we get our data for the large majority of people is Stripe and other payment platforms. So, and we get some promotion from them, especially from Stripe. Stripe's been fantastic with that. Trade shows, that's an expensive thing to test, and also potentially a massive waste of time in the software space. I don't know that I'm even interested in testing that. Offline events. So, I I think having like meetups and stuff could be interesting. So, so like having these startup meetups and meetings in different cities could be cool. Speaking engagement. So I've done a little bit of that. I think it's great for making, it's more like for creating relationships with other people versus that quickly translating into sales. Community building. I think that kind of ties into the offline event stuff, but we've kind of been working on like online community kind of stuff. Either way, okay. So those are the channels. Then the Bullseye Framework, which I think the main steps here are what I'm kind of needing to refresh my memory on as well. So you've got brainstorming, which is going through all those traction channels and thinking of ideas. Let's see, it's especially important to understand how similar companies acquire customers over time and how unsuccessful companies wasted their marketing dollars. So this is interesting. I think this highlight here. I do think so. Direct competitors, I'm not as interested in as far as how they've acquired customers at this point because it's all still sort of pretty new and kind of a crapshoot. But I am curious how other maybe business analytics companies have acquired customers over time. So that's worth researching. Let's see. Let's talk about the different columns. Let's see. So ranking them. So I remember, okay, so now this is my all the things are coming together in my brain. So this is what I had, the score thing here is kind of how I needed to rank them in my head. So I had so many, there were so many ideas, which, there's like over 60 ideas that I had initially. So how can I rank them? And they did a very simplistic way. My brain does not work simplistically. So, I have a hard time just, what's the word? Summing it up into these, or dumbing it down to these very small buckets. So it made more sense to build this little formula, but that's just me. Prioritize. So that's, same thing. That score column in that spreadsheet. So testing is where it gets difficult for me, and what I had a hard time with last time was figuring out how to test it in a way that was statistically relevant, or that I could actually, it's how do you test the return on investment of a blog post? It's super hard to do. Everybody wants to do that, but it's really difficult to do. So I don't know. I should keep reading. So when testing, you're not trying to get a lot of traction with that channel. Yeah. Okay. So you're not trying to get traction per se. You're just trying to test if that could work. Let's see. Yeah. Rough idea of channel's effectiveness with this few $100. Cool. And then focusing. So saying, okay, in any startup life cycle, one traction channel dominates in terms of customer acquisition. So after you've figured out what's working well, you hone in on it. And I feel like we've done that with content marketing, though we haven't been tracking or measuring it as much as we should. So I think that's the steps 4 and 5. What was 4? Yeah. So testing in a way that we could like follow the numbers, and then focusing are difficult for us. I think that's the ones I really need to do. Repeating the process. Okay. Emphasize doing tests in parallel, since the traction channel will ultimately succeed is unpredictable and time is of the essence. Okay, so I need to test multiple of these at the same time. Cool. Focusing on a traction channel means becoming an expert on it by continually testing new tactics to get the most traction possible. Okay. I would love to be great at testing things. I'm not great at that right now. Okay, we've already talked about that. So traction thinking, almost every failed startup has a product. What failed startups don't have are enough customers. Fair enough. Many entrepreneurs who build great products simply don't have a good distribution strategy. That seems accurate as well. Okay, so the biggest mistake startups make when trying to get traction is failing to pursue traction in parallel with product development. Yeah, so this is a thing where in my position, it's easy, I get really obsessed with the product, and then maybe I can be really obsessed with the marketing, but it's hard to be obsessed with both at the same time. And I think that's probably one of those skills that you just have to work hard to sort of become better at, right? Okay. Oh yeah. So the way that you get traction will change after your growth curve flattens, which for Barometrics that has started to happen. What worked before usually will not get you to the next level. Hence me being here rereading this. I think we're getting into. Okay. Traction testing. All right. So basically the effectiveness starts dropping off. So strategies that once worked well will become crowded and ineffective. All it takes is one other competitor seriously pursuing traction in the same channel to drive up its cost and drive down its efficacy. Yeah. Okay. Constantly running small traction tests will allow you to stay ahead of competitors pursuing the same channels. Like what I would love to do is have come up with some like framework for reliably testing across all these different channels, and then be able to, I don't know, once a quarter, basically run, or I don't know, maybe it's like every couple of weeks you're rerunning a test across different channels to see if there's any change in the traction that could be had from those channels. I would love to somehow automate that. That'd be legit. If somebody wants to figure out a way to automate testing across lots of channels at the same time on an ongoing basis, I'm almost like integration testing with code. That'd be cool. Okay. So running 10 social ads and testing everything about them is a full-time endeavor. That is optimization, not testing. Fair enough. It's easy to get into the optimization side because that's the easy stuff to tweak, right? So you can change the headline to a million different things, and you can think of a million different headlines all day, and you think that tweaking that is progress, but it's not figuring it out if the channel's going to work or not. That's just optimizing what you should have, in theory, already tested and proven. Okay, that's a good point for me to remember. I'm glad I highlighted it. Don't start testing until your tracking reporting system has been implemented. Yeah, Josh, exactly. Is this talking? Yeah, I mean, this right here, this whole bit. I want to circle it and stuff. Can I circle it? Yeah, I can circle it. No, that's not what I'm after. Okay, sorry, rabbit hole. This event can be as complex as an analytics tool that does cohort analysis or as simple as a spreadsheet, but it must exist. Where's my highlight button? Ooh. This is why we can't have nice things. Okay. There we go. Different colors. Fun. Yeah. Okay. Optimization through A/B tests. I have opinions about A/B testing, especially on low volume stuff. To me, that's an optimization. Yeah, okay, it says optimization. So why are we talking about optimization? We're talking about testing here. And okay. We highly recommend embracing the use of online tools to help you understand and assess the efficacy of all your traction tools. Fine. Straightforward if you use the right online tools, or basically can help you answer all of these questions. We use Mixpanel. I should actually use it. Quantify your results. There are some quantitative metrics that are universal across traction channels. Okay. At a minimum, include columns. I'm very bad at highlighting things. There we go. You should only be thinking about traction channels and specific strategies that have a chance of moving the needle for your startup, which is, I mean, just because you have an idea doesn't even mean you need to test it, right? Okay, critical path, defining. Yeah, I should always have a goal. I need to remind myself of that. Defining milestones. Okay. The path to reaching your traction goal with the fewest number of steps is your critical path. Oh, this is fair enough. The milestones don't necessarily be traction related. Okay. The order of your absolutely necessary milestones is your critical path. Once you've defined it's easy to determine the direction to go in. Just follow the path. Yay. In particular, work on the first steps and nothing else. Okay. So this is all stuff. Yes, this is after you've figured out what path to go down or what traction channel to pursue, I guess. It's important to continually define these subcritical paths down to the individual level. For the same reason, it's important to define the whole company critical path. Doing so forces your people to work towards the right goal in the most effective way possible. All this stuff works in theory for me. I mean, it makes sense in my head where it's like, okay, the goal is, say, 10 million annual revenue. And then like basically working your way backwards. So, okay, to get to 10 million, that means X amount per month. What is that? 833,000 a month in MRR. So then to get that, well, we have to grow by this number of customers. Well, to add these many customers at this conversion rate, that makes sense. but it is difficult to put that into practice. I'm confusing myself a bit on the critical path though. I think this is separate from. Okay, it's not the goal. Yeah, it's all higher level here. So it's going even lower. And traction trumps everything. It feels relative or correct. Good mentors, overcoming biases, right? So this is, I'm biased, for instance, to think that PR is not going to work great for us, or that affiliate marketing is not going to work for us, but I need to try it, right? So this bias may be preventing you from getting traction. Touche. Just because you hate talking on the phone doesn't mean your customers do. That is true. Ooh, that's interesting. Every one of the channels listed above has been the channel for both enterprise and consumer startups. So exactly, right? So there are enterprise companies that can do viral stuff or do affiliate stuff. Okay, determine your traction goal and define your critical path against that goal, working backwards. Okay, so now we're just getting into every one of these, each channel. So my next step here is going to be to brainstorm, go through every one of the 19 channels and brainstorm ideas, not with just me, but also our company, talk through different potential ideas and get them all written down, rank them in that spreadsheet, and then from there start testing them. I wonder if the brainstorm session would be useful for you to record. Or is that one of those areas of transparency that I'm not totally comfortable going into? I don't know yet. Well, how about this? I'm going to stop recording now on this, just so this is me like reviewing, refreshing myself on traction. And then I might have a separate one on brainstorming, because really that can involve the whole team. And that might be something interesting to record. But it also may be just this long, drawn-out process that takes days and weeks and not something that's even record in one setting. Either way, that's all for this one. Sort of this refreshing myself of the traction book. That spreadsheet that I linked to, I use Google to find my own past articles. This is it. So if you're interested in this spreadsheet that I posted, it's at baremetrics.com/blog/marketing-idea-scoring-system, or just search the Google for Baremetrics marketing and you'll find it. Yeah, this was like a year and a half ago. Okay, I think that's all on this for now. I may come back with additional thoughts or another video with the brainstorming, but that's all for this one. Let me know what you think about this. The format, too long, too short, not useful, whatever. Yeah, okay, that's all.